mercy, Jesus. That was the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life.
I like to be educated.
Hey y'all, it's Jayla, aka JaiChanellie on the internet. Welcome back to my channel, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're getting ready to do a new braided style, so I'm bringing y'all along for the ride. Go ahead and braid with me. Today we are doing boho braids. Hey y'all, editing Jayla here. So fun fact, I actually recorded this video months ago, and more recently I decided to no longer call these braids boho braids. I learned a couple of things on TikTok and decided to share more information with the people. So we will no longer be calling these boho braids. We will be calling them goddess braids. And if you want more information, go ahead and check out my TikTok video. I'll link it for you in the description box below. But yeah, these are goddess braids, honey. Okay. All right, back to the video. With added human hair only, okay? So we are not using synthetic braiding hair. I have done boho braids on myself before. I'll go ahead and link that video above because I did like more of a tutorial style video for that one, but I didn't really show you the process. So we're getting into the process this time around, okay? This is what my human hair is currently looking like. I purchased this human hair with my own money. So if you want to know the exact hair that I'm using, I'll put it on the screen, and I'll also link it in the description box, but it is not sponsoring this channel. So I'm using 3 bundles of bulk hair. This is a body wave texture. The bundles look very, very full, as you can tell, and I'm going to try to use all 3 of these bundles in my head. 20 inches long. Get into her, and it is bulk hair, which means it is not on a track, so that'll save us a lot of time in the hair prep process. The last time I did this boho braid process, I was using an old wig, so I had to cut the hair off of the weft myself, and that took up a lot of time. But I went ahead and conditioned this hair yesterday, let it air dry, so this is what it's looking like. I'll probably show y'all that process as well, because I did go ahead and film the washing process. So this is how my bundles came. This looks more like a traditional body wave hair, but you know we definitely needed to wash this hair. I highly recommend you washing all of your human hair prior to installing. So I'm using this Garnier Fructis shampoo and conditioner, and I'm going to go ahead and completely saturate these bundles with water and then with shampoo, and just suds that right on up. As y'all can see, that water is turning a real dookie brown, okay? So I'm very glad that I washed these bundles. Yeah, that looks disgusting. So I'm gonna go ahead and rinse that clean, and then I'm gonna go ahead and make a little conditioner bath. I'm going to add the conditioner to the bundles into the water and let that sit. I probably let that sit for like 10-15 minutes. And then I went ahead and rinsed that out and then let the bundles air dry. So please, please, please wash your bundles prior to installing. Let me go ahead and section off my hair, and then we're going to actually sit down and get to braiding, because this is going to take me all day and all tomorrow. I already know, child. Let's get right into it. All right, y'all, we are back with some sections in my hair. Now, I decided to put my hair in, I think I have 7 sections. I've done this exact same sectioning when I did mini twists on my natural hair. I'll go ahead and link that video, but I really liked how full my hair was. I liked the number of twists I had on my hair when I did that parting method. So that's kind of what I tried to recreate here. I have 4 sections in the front, a middle part, and then 2 side parts on the front. And then in the back, I just have a back section down here, and then 3 sections right here where my hair is the absolute thickest. Now we gotta get into the real nitty gritty, which is separating the human hair. But I think before I take the rubber band off, I'm just gonna put a little product on the ends of the hair. Again, this is bulk hair, so it's not attached to anything. So I'm gonna take this braiding gel and I'm gonna put it on the top, on the blunt ends, just so the hair isn't like loose and flying everywhere, you know? Okay, so now I'm gonna start separating this hair. I do have a spoolie rack, and I'm just gonna take small pieces of hair, like this size. Super small, okay? You do not want these pieces to be big, because if these pieces are big, then your actual braid will be big. I'm gonna go ahead and work on this, and I'll come back to y'all when I have the first bundle done. Hour and a half later. we have separated our first bundle of hair. Beyond the hair, I went ahead and pulled out my braid gel, what I used to install my mermaid braids, and it was pretty good the last time, so I'm going to continue to use this. I also have the Pattern Beauty Edge Control. It don't hold my edges. Whenever I have an edge control that doesn't necessarily work on my edges, I like to use it for my braid styles. Other than that, I'm using, of course, I have a rat tail comb here. Let's go ahead and part out our rows in this section. It's gonna be one row. I don't need the parts super duper crispy, because if we put enough hair on here like I want to, you're not gonna be able to see the parts because there's gonna be a whole bunch of body wave hair. So we have our rows here. Get started on this section. We pre-parted our rows, so you know we're gonna also pre-part our boxes. Alright y'all, here's the moment of truth. And because I want this to be as tight as possible, I'm not gonna braid using my regular overhand. Jesus, that was the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life. But she's long though, and she definitely has hair on it. Whew, y'all, that was so hard. A couple of times while I was braiding, I forgot what direction my fingers were moving. So I had to like unravel the braid and start over because I didn't remember which way I was going. It was really bad. Also, it's not super easy to take this hair off of the spoolie. So that was another thing. Also, it's really hard to hold all this hair in your mouth while you're doing this. There's a lot. But I will say, this braid looks really freaking good, and it does not have a lot of flyaways sticking out of it, so that eats. Let me show y'all one more time, and then I'm gonna actually get to work and just let y'all watch me. But I wish it could give tutorial, but it can't, child, because that was a struggle. Okay, so taking a little bit of edge control at the top. I'm trying to do more of an overhand method with my fingers, so that's kind of how I'm starting off the braid. Backwards with my fingers. And I'm going to start feeding in hair ASAP because we want to put in as much hair as humanly possible. So I'm holding the hair about 2 inches from the blunt end, and I'm going to feed that in and then hold the other side of my mouth. All right, y'all, let's get into this feed in process. So as you can see, I'm starting the braid off with my natural hair. I'm plaiting my natural hair, and then I'm going to immediately start feeding in the body wave hair. Now I'm grabbing the body wave hair about 2 inches from the blunt end. The blunt end is getting braided into my hair, and then the longer piece is what I'm holding in my mouth, just to make sure that that is the piece that is hanging out. But make sure you're braiding the blunt end very securely into your hair. That is the process that I'm doing. I literally did that like 15 to 20 times per braid, which is why you see the braid looks super full. It's giving very much tree braid vibes. By the way, you also see I did switch my hand positioning, so I start the braid kind of overhand and then I switch to the underhand positioning just because it's a lot easier to do and it's a lot easier on your body. Now you're going to braid like this throughout the duration of your natural hair, and then when I get to the end of my natural hair, you'll see I'm going to hold this hair a little differently. I'm holding this hair directly in half and I'm adding both sections to my natural hair as a way to extend the length of the braid. You're going to continue to add hair using this method, basically holding it right in half until you reach your desired length, and then you can go back to the regular method of adding in the body wave hair. Hey y'all, we are back with some progress. This is what my braids are looking like so far. And if you can't already tell, it's giving sewing. It's giving bundles, okay? Because you can barely see that I have braids right now. I'm impressed with myself, but it's also taking an incredibly long time. This is a full 2-day project, not like a day and a half project. This is a 2-day project, possibly 3 days. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to show you what I'm doing. So I'm finishing off the last row in the first section, but I went ahead and pre-parted that row out. I've been pre-parting each of my rows as I go along, and I think it is saving me some time. One thing I did not show y'all is how I'm securing the end of this braid. So I'm tying a slip knot 3 times for each braid in order to make sure the hair and the braid does not slip out. Okay, so it's slip knot 3 different times. Secure. All right, y'all, I'm about to go eat. Good morning, y'all. Sorry for the weird shadowing. I have on my like my regular lights today because it's so gloomy outside. It's currently raining, so it's very like overcast. I'm not getting a lot of natural light today. But we are back for round 2 of our braids. I would really like to finish my hair today, but yeah, so much work to do. These are the braids, y'all. The braids are so pretty. I definitely did my big one. However, I black girled a little too close to the sun, because tell me why I use an entire bundle on this side of my hair alone. I left out so many pieces of hair in each braid. Let me just show you. Like, look at all the hair that's coming out of that braid. It's a lot of pieces. And then I extended the length of the braid so that it goes all the way down here. Mind you, we only have 3 bundles, so we're in a bit of a pickle. We in a little bit of a pickle. So because of the fact that I use so much hair on this half of my head, I'm gonna hold off on doing this side of my head, and I'm gonna start working on this back section today. I'm hoping I can use 1 bundle in the back altogether. Also, because it's the front, I would like more hair to be there, whereas in the back I don't need to leave out as many pieces. You know what I'm saying? That is what the plan is. Now let me show y'all that my rack is completely empty because I used that whole bundle yesterday, so I need to separate another bundle of hair. I will say the biggest thing I learned yesterday from working with this bulk hair is you need to make sure you have a lot of product on these ends so that it's easy for you to pick up. Otherwise, the hair just starts shedding. It starts falling everywhere. I did lose a good chunk of hair yesterday just because like there was nothing for it to stick to, so it was just falling down. So I'm going to take a really good bit of this braid gel and make sure the ends are thoroughly coated so the hair isn't just falling everywhere once it's separated. So I'm gonna go ahead and separate my pieces. I'm gonna be quick about it, and then we're going to get back to braiding, starting with this section of my hair. Hi y'all, we are on day 3 and I have to finish my hair today because I gotta go in the office tomorrow, and then I'm going on a trip the day after that, so the hair has to be done. Let's get right into it. By the way, this is what it's looking like so far. I had to swoop my braids over here because, like I had said, the braids is not done, y'all. But I had meetings on Zoom today, so we had to go ahead and swoop the doop that hell. But this is her as of right now. This is 2 bundles of hair on my head already. And we about to finish off a 3rd bundle. Okay, I will have 3 full bundles on my head as planned. All right, y'all, so this is what I have left. I literally have 2 sections in my head, which is honestly a lot that I have to do today. Hey, y'all, so we are, I want to say, winding down on this whole process, but honestly, we still got a couple of hours to go, and it's 11 p.m. and I do have to go to work tomorrow. All right, but anyways, this is my last section. I have a row here, and what I've been doing is pre-parting out all of my rows once I get to a section. So that is what I want to show y'all right now. This is my hair. I did blow dry my hair prior to doing this whole process, and I'm just going to take my rat tail comb, metal end, and I'm also going to take this braid gel, and I'm going to use it to reinforce my parts. I'll probably get like 3 rows out of this section. I will say my hair feels pretty thick right here, so when my hair gets thick, I usually make the boxes a lot thinner, so to kind of even that out a little bit, you know. I need to make sure my braids are not going to get too thick, because I don't know if y'all could tell, but I've been doing very small braids. A little too small if you ask me. That's why I've been braiding for 3 days. But I do think pre-parting helps a lot. I know some people go through and pre-part their whole head, but I kind of just want to part as I go. I don't like parting, so I definitely don't want to just sit for 3 hours and do nothing but parting my hair. So these are my 3 rows that I have left. I can do this. I can do this. I have faith in myself. It is 2:46 in the morning. I have to go to work in 6 hours. And I'll show y'all. I'm not done with my hair. Do y'all see my eyes? I ain't got time to think about this hairstyle anymore. This is what we're looking like right now. And I literally cannot go into the office with this in the middle of my head. And I don't want to, because I do not want to take this project on for another day. This is how much hair I have left, which should be enough for the rest of my head, which means I did successfully use all 3 bundles of hair on my head. All right, y'all, we have finally made it to the very last braid. I can barely keep my eyes open right now. And I'm going to start plaiting my hair. One of the most tedious things I've ever done in my life. Quick look before the camera dies. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye.
I like to be educated, but I'm so frustrated.